Have you ever wondered how nature maintains its balance, deterring pests without a single drop of chemical pesticides? It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? The world around us brims with a symphony of life, a delicate dance of survival and coexistence. In our gardens, this dance unfolds in the synergy between plants. They grow together, harmoniously, each contributing to the well-being of the other, without the need for synthetic interventions. This, my friends, is the essence of companion planting, a practice as ancient as agriculture itself. Companion planting leverages the natural relationships between plants to enhance growth, deter pests, and increase yields, all while promoting biodiversity. It's like a neighborhood where everyone helps and supports each other, creating a thriving community of diverse life forms. So, how exactly does this work? Well, certain plants when grown together can repel pests or attract beneficial insects. It's an elegant solution that nature has perfected over millennia. Nature has its own pest control in the form of companion planting. So, what is the science behind companion planting? Well, it's all about understanding how plants interact with each other and their environment. Some plants release chemicals from their roots or leaves that deter pests or attract beneficial insects. Other plants may provide physical benefits like shade or support, or enhance the flavor of their neighbors. Let's start with marigolds, the superheroes of the garden. These vibrant flowers are known to deter nematodes, tiny roundworms that love to feast on the roots of tomatoes. The marigolds emit a substance that these pests find unpalatable, thus protecting nearby plants. But it's not just about defense. Some plants also play offense. Take basil, for example. This aromatic herb enhances the flavor of nearby vegetables, making your garden salads taste even better. But that's not all. Basil also repels flies and mosquitoes, keeping these annoying pests at bay. Then we have the power couples of the plant world. Carrots and onions, for instance, are a match made in gardening heaven. Onions emit a strong scent that deters carrot flies, while carrots' feathery foliage provides a protective canopy for tender onion shoots. Companion planting also embraces the concept of biodiversity. By planting a variety of crops, you're not only increasing your yield but also creating a more resilient garden. A diverse ecosystem is less susceptible to disease and more attractive to beneficial insects like ladybugs and bees, which help with pest control and pollination. But the benefits of companion planting go beyond the garden. It's a practice that promotes sustainable agriculture, reducing our reliance on chemical pesticides and fertilizers. And as we know, these chemicals can have harmful effects on our health and the environment. So, how does companion planting work? It's a combination of observation, experimentation, and a little bit of luck. Gardeners over centuries have noted which plants grow well together and which ones don't. And through trial and error, they've developed effective planting combinations that we can use today. As you can see, companion planting is a simple yet effective way to deter pests and enhance plant growth. It's not just a gardening technique, but a way to work in harmony with nature, promoting biodiversity and creating a healthier, more sustainable world. Ready to try companion planting in your own garden? Let's dive into the practical steps you can take to implement this ancient practice and watch your garden thrive like never before. First things first, determine which plants you want to grow. This will largely be influenced by your location, climate, and personal preferences. Once you've decided on your plants, it's time to choose their companions. Remember, the key to successful companion planting lies in understanding the relationships between plants. Certain plants grow better together, deter pests, and even enhance each other's flavor. Now, let's start with some easy combinations. Tomatoes and basil are great partners. The basil enhances the flavor of the tomatoes while keeping flies and mosquitoes at bay. Another effective pairing is carrots and onions. The strong scent of onions deters carrot flies, protecting your carrots from these pesky invaders. Don't feel limited to these combinations though. There's a whole world of plant relationships to explore. Research and experiment with different pairings to see what works best in your garden. Once you've decided on your plant combinations, it's time to plan your garden layout. Keep in mind that plants need adequate space to grow, so be sure to respect their individual needs. A well-planned layout will ensure each plant gets the sunlight, water, and nutrients it needs while complementing its neighbors. Now the fun part, planting. Get your hands dirty and start putting those plants in the ground. Remember, companion planting isn't a rigid science, it's a dynamic, evolving practice that requires observation and adaptation. Stay attentive to your garden's needs and don't hesitate to make changes if something isn't working. With companion planting, you're not just growing plants, you're fostering communities. You're creating a balanced ecosystem where each plant supports and benefits from its neighbors. It's a rewarding process that yields more than just a bountiful harvest. It fosters biodiversity, promotes healthier soils, and creates a vibrant, thriving garden. With a little planning, you can create a thriving, pest-free garden using the power of companion planting. Don't take our word for it. Hear from gardeners who have experienced the benefits of companion planting firsthand. Let's start with John, a seasoned gardener who's been tending to his garden for over 30 years. He recounts, "I used to struggle with aphids attacking my roses, then I planted garlic nearby and it was like magic. The aphids disappeared and my roses have never looked better." Next, we have Emily, a city dweller who cultivates a rooftop garden. She shares, "With space at a premium, I turned to companion planting. I found that planting tomatoes and basil together not only saved space but also enhanced the flavor of my tomatoes. Plus, I noticed fewer pests around." Then there's Mark, a farmer who transitioned to companion planting to improve his yields. He tells us, "I was skeptical at first, but I planted corn, beans, and squash together, the three sisters as they're known. The results were astonishing. The corn stalks provided support for the beans added nitrogen to the soil for the corn, and the squash leaves shaded the ground, keeping it moist and preventing weed growth. My yields increased and my plants were healthier." And let's not forget Sarah, an environmental enthusiast. She says, "Companion planting has made me feel more connected to nature. I've noticed an increase in beneficial insects in my garden since I started companion planting. It feels great knowing I'm contributing to the biodiversity in my own small way." We also talked to Peter, a horticulture professor. He explains, "Companion planting is not just about pest control, it's about creating a balanced ecosystem in your garden. When done right, it can lead to healthier plants and a more vibrant garden." These stories highlight the versatility and effectiveness of companion planting. Whether you're a seasoned gardener, a city dweller with limited space, a farmer looking to improve yields, or an individual passionate about the environment. As you can see, companion planting has brought success and enjoyment to many gardeners. Beyond the garden, companion planting has a broader environmental impact. This age-old gardening technique that we've been discussing doesn't just stop at boosting your garden's health and yield. It stretches far beyond, making a significant impact on the environment as a whole. Firstly, it reduces the need for chemical pesticides. By embracing nature's own pest control methods, we're eliminating the need for harmful substances that not only kill pests, but also disrupt the delicate balance of our ecosystems. These chemicals can seep into our water systems, causing harm to aquatic life and impacting water quality. But with companion planting, we're cutting down on these pollutants, creating a healthier environment for all creatures, big and small. Moreover, companion planting promotes biodiversity. By planting a variety of crops together, we're creating a habitat that can support a wider range of beneficial insects and wildlife. You see, biodiversity is the lifeblood of our planet. It helps to maintain the balance of nature and ensures the resilience of ecosystems. And let's not forget about the soil. Healthy soil is teeming with life. It's a complex ecosystem of its own, with trillions of microscopic organisms. These little guys play a crucial role in breaking down organic matter, improving soil structure and nutrient cycling. Chemical pesticides can disrupt this delicate balance, but companion planting nurtures it. Finally, companion planting helps in combating climate change. How, you ask? Well, diverse plantings sequester more carbon and improve soil health, which in turn increases the soil's capacity to store carbon. And we all know how crucial that is in the fight against global warming. So you see, when you choose to implement companion planting in your garden, you're doing much more than just growing plants. You're taking a stand for the environment. You're contributing to the preservation of our planet for generations to come. By practicing companion planting, you're not only nurturing your garden, but also contributing to a healthier planet. So let's make our gardens not just a source of food and beauty, but a beacon of sustainability and environmental responsibility. Are you inspired to try companion planting? The magic of nature's own pest control is at your fingertips, waiting to be discovered. Imagine your garden flourishing with marigolds protecting your tomatoes and basil enhancing the flavor of nearby vegetables, all while keeping those pesky flies and mosquitoes at bay. The beauty of companion planting is in its simplicity and the way it mirrors nature's own intricate balance. It's a journey of learning and discovery, of becoming more in tune with the natural world and its rhythms. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, and we've barely scratched the surface. So why not delve deeper? There are numerous resources, guides, and community forums available to help you get started and to share your experiences. Companion planting is more than just a gardening technique. It's a step towards sustainable living and creating a healthier, more balanced environment. Remember, every plant in your garden can play a part in creating a healthier, more balanced environment. Let's make the world greener, one garden at a time.